So we kind of hatched the plan pretty soon after we moved down here. You know, we decided we wanted to do a winery, and so we started making wine in our 1,200 square foot shop. We really grew it, and kind of were looking for properties for the winery and all those sorts of things, and we found this property, and we decided this was the place, and we kept doing the winemaking, and at that time we were just doing sales at festivals, and we would go and pop tents up, at whatever festival we got invited to, whatever we found, and did sales there, showing the community what we wanted to do.
Elevated, but like casual. Well, the product we're putting out there, we want to be elevated, but we want our guests to come in as they are and to enjoy whatever it is of what they're looking for. Are they coming in to do a wine tasting? Are they coming in, to meet some friends and just have a couple of our small plates? Are they coming in to have a celebratory dinner? We just wanted to provide these different spaces so we could offer that to our guests. Chef Matt pitched the idea of the tapas style menu, which I think goes great along with our concept of wanting people to just join together, enjoy the beverages and drinks, and just have an overall experience that they're here maybe 3 hours just enjoying the space rather than trying to just a large meal, do your wine tasting, and leave.
The main part of the menu is our small plates, appetizers, and they're meant to be shared and enjoyed, amongst the table with wine and with drinks. Throughout the whole menu, we use local ingredients. So, in the kitchen, from breads to cheeses to sausages, the Wagyu beef we use in our meatballs, and the ground pork is a heritage breed from Missouri, the pork chop, and there's more things like that. We try to use local vendors as much as possible when the season's here. We use local mushrooms. And then even on the bar side, we have a full collection of Missouri bourbons and whiskeys, along with vodkas and gins that are produced here in Missouri as well.
My recommendation for wine is you should be searching for small batch wines. And I think most wine in Missouri meets that criteria. It's small batch and handcrafted. That's the number one thing I'd say is shop small batch, and I think buying local is great, but I think you also want to, search for really good quality wines, and handcrafting wines and knowing what you're doing, having the right conditions to make them, all contribute to, the final product. And that's our winemaking style. We want the grapes to speak for themselves, right? All the pieces have to be right in the puzzle to make a great wine in the end. The quality shows when you're able to go through the small batch process. And the price point for the small batch, for Missouri wines is much better than the small batch wines you'll find from Sonoma and Napa and France.
I think that some people in this area, it kind of took them a little bit of time to understand our concept with food, but I think it's gone over really well.
Having big ideas in a small town, I think, definitely work. It takes a full team, and everyone's gonna have the passion and the same passion to push forward and to provide that, guest experience. That's ultimately, what we're trying to provide here. Is just an overall experience that people come in every time and get the same experience.